Okay, so this is going to be on configuring the overview for your clocks. So the first thing you're going to go ahead and do is click overviews. As you can see, we have many machines that we have added, or stations, through the clock config on our previous tutorial. And so once we add it there, it's going to show up in overviews. Okay. I ended up adding a new TV. It's very, very simple to add a TV. If you go to Andon config zone, Andon is the schema, config zone is the table, and I click right click and I click edit, this screen pops up, and anytime I put a host name in here, it'll pop up, and I have my screen type as clock overview. Let me expand that for you. Clock overview. It will show up here. Okay. So as you can see, I can go through these and I see, okay, front floor. Again, that's just a test, but now I go to zone. So now I want to go ahead and say, okay, I'm ready to start putting things on this TV screen. So what I'm going to first do is I'm going to activate it. Row 0, position 0, host name 1. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I like to first go ahead and assign it to a TV. So zone HD. Now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to say row 1. Okay. Click OK. And I'm going to say position 1. So now this right here is going to show up right there. It is. Perfect. The reason why you have the FX there is because your color scheme is not selected yet. So let's say I want to go ahead and say they can miss up to 20 cycles, right? And then if they miss 21, it'll go yellow. If they miss 40, which is 20 times 2, then it'll go ahead and turn red. Okay. Now, the one thing with this is that every row has position 1. Position 1 is what's going to tell you what the title of this row is going to be. Okay. So A0 to 20, you can put in the title, but it's always going to be in position 1. Row 1, position 1. Row 2, position 1. Row 3, position 1 will always give you your title. Okay. So if I want to go ahead and give this a title real quick, I like to go ahead and take these and really make them a lot smaller. So then that way I can actually read what's going on in my on my resource side. So if I go here, I'll see a big drop down menu, and I'm looking for A0220 T1XX 220 left hand. Perfect. So I'll just put it like that. And then what's going to end up happening is boom, right there it is. And now I'm going to activate this one, and I'm going to say Zone HD. Okay, I'm going to go here. I'm going to go 1, yup. And I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go 2. So then that way it's going to show up right beside. Okay. Perfect. And then I'm going to go ahead and set this to 20. Yup. It'll go green. And I'm going to, let's say I try to go ahead and so right here, if you are trying to change the title, please go to position 1 or change this row to position 1 on this line. So it looks like actually it kind of got rid of our oh yes, so it should come in. Okay, there you go. I don't know why I did that, but as you can see, now we're adding. So this is 1, so now I'm going to go to 221. I'm going to add these and so forth. You get the idea. It's pretty simple. And if I want to, all I have to literally do is go change the host name of that particular. So if I want to go here and I want to say, okay, of course, you're not going to let me log into it. Son of a gun. No, it's not gonna work. You already know that. Let me see if I can get to this one. I don't even know. Oh, yeah, nothing. Today I'm remote, so some of the things aren't working properly, which is fine. But the only thing you would have to do in this instance is rename your Raspberry Pi to whatever whatever this was. So like my Raspberry Pi's host name would be zone_HD, and then this program would run on it. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to configure these resources, and then I'll go ahead and it'll display. So hopefully this helps you when you're configuring the clock overview. Again, it should be pretty self-explanatory.